The world's population is growing, and so is its appetite for meat. As a result, we're dedicating an ever-increasing amount of land, water, and energy to raise livestock. But this is simply not sustainable. Cultivated meat is a new way of making real meat, just without the animal. So what you do is just grow the fat and muscle cells that are required for the end product, and growing meat this way actually releases up to 87% fewer greenhouse gases and uses just a fraction of the land and water.
Conventional meat can contain different diseases and viruses and bacteria, but cultivated meat will just contain the meat cells, which is cellularly the same. Also, you can design the composition of fat and muscle ratio, you can design the different amino acids you want it to include.
So you may ask, why can't we buy it already? This is a question that my co-founders and I were asking ourselves a few years ago, and to answer it, we went to research how cultivated meat is actually grown. To make cultivated meat, you need 3 key components. First, you need a sample of animal stem cells. Then what's called a growth medium provides the nutrients required to grow these stem cells into the meat. And finally, just like we see in the brewing industry, large fermentation tanks are then used to scale production and meet demand. What we found was that the key challenge holding back this entire industry is the cost of feeding the cells. This growth medium makes up over 80% of production costs. Current solutions were just never designed for the food industry. Companies are using fetal bovine serum, and that actually is derived from pregnant cows during the slaughtering process. And clearly this goes totally against the ethical and sustainability aspirations of the cultivated meat industry, and we knew there'd be a better solution. What we're making at Multus Media is a completely animal-free replacement to blood serum that is designed specifically for the cultivated meat industry. We test thousands of growth media recipes to make sure that we are achieving consistent performance across multiple cell lines. So what we're doing in-house is actually using a protein engineering platform that we've developed to maintain the core active component of these proteins, but actually enhance specific performance characteristics to make them more suitable for large-scale production. We're developing and streamlining our ingredient production and mixing using existing infrastructure from the brewing and biopharmaceutical industries. This way, we can leverage contract manufacturers to reach scale across the world and drive down costs. Cultivated meat is still in its infancy and is broadly unknown to the wider public. But recently, there's been a dramatic shift in consumer appetite for meat alternatives. With a core focus on growth media development, we are enabling profitable scale-up for leading cultivated meat companies and lowering entry barriers for new innovators to drive this space forward. In summary, at Multus Media, we're making cultivated meat the affordable and sustainable solution.